Thanks, Ella, and welcome back to another English language gathering. Before we start, please invite your tens and be sure that your camera is on so we may see your smiling faces. Now, with our opening intention, John?
Thank you, Richard. Rabash article number 30, what to look for in the assembly of friends. We should also remember that to the extent that the friends can appreciate the importance and greatness of the Creator, we should still go above reason, meaning that the Creator is higher than any greatness of the Creator that one can imagine. We should say that we believe above reason that He leads the world in a benevolent guidance. And if one believes that the Creator wants only man's best, it makes a person love the Creator until he is rewarded with, and you will love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul. And this is what a person must receive from the friends. Time.
Thanks, John. Now for a request for Congress impressions and an update from the Arvut team. Chaim?
Yeah. Hello, guys. This is our first meeting after the Congress. And so far, everyone I've spoken to, and it was a lot of people, plus the survey, of course, and everything that you guys wrote, plus a big meeting that we had yesterday with friends from CABU. The impressions are unbelievable, very powerful, some experienced very intense moments. Mostly the impressions are of a very joyous, deep, unprecedented event. Now, we would like to hear your impressions. So everyone who hasn't had a chance to share his or her impressions, so CABU as well, of course. Everyone. It's an open mic, okay? So we're not going to limit anyone now for the next 15 minutes, but please be considerate, okay? Because a lot of people will want to share. But we want to know what it was like for you. What was the unity like? How was the preparation for the Congress leading up to it? How did it impact the Congress itself? What was it like during the Congress? How did you feel being together physically or being together virtually or being together in a hybrid format? What was difficult? What was easy? What you would like to make better for the future Congresses? Anything that comes up into your mind, please share. We want to hear it. We want to feel your hearts. Okay? Open mic. Go ahead, guys.
Well, I'll go first. I was part of a hybrid Congress with my 10, and we had people. We have 11 in our Congress, yes, hybrid, but we had 4 that actually came together physically, and we rented a house. One of us drove 10 miles to get to that house. The other ones were more local. There was so much planning. That's probably the best part of it all, is that we all worked together to create this Congress, and it really became ours. And we found ways to include those who had to be on Zoom with us. And we opened up the kitchen when we were cooking, and we all cooked together and we talked. And then we did morning exercises together before everything started. We took a walk in silence, and we took everyone with us on Zoom. And then we talked about it all afterwards. But it was just a special something that has never been before. And we all decided that it's really because we were involved from the very beginning planning this. I unfortunately wasn't able to be very much part of that, but I was determined I was going to be present physically. So our little house became like the center of our 10. And from there, everything went out and everything came in. It was exciting. It was wonderful. And our 10 will never be the same. It will always be uplifted by this experience.
Wonderful. Really wonderful. Thank you. More, go ahead, guys.
I want
No
to
need
say
for an invitation.
Is it okay if I say something?
Only if you want to say it.
Yes, I do. I do, because we are not Big Ten and we couldn't get physically together. We're too old anyway. But the thing that we drew from the whole Congress was we understand what Rav means by 10. What is the 10? Because the 10 becomes like a cell that does everything for the body, for the whole body. It's like a building block, and it has every work that needs to be done in the whole Bnei Baruch is done in the 10. And when we have a healthy cell like that, the whole Bnei Baruch will be healthy. We're learning still, and we are in preparation. But we love Arav, and the wisdom in him is just amazing. We just have to try it experientially.
Thank you, Margarita. Everyone who speaks, please also mention what 10 you're from, okay?
Well, Women Toronto won. I could go on and on and on. I'll try to be short. First, gratitude for management and our Rob and our stages and the whole like line, just for the guidance and the leadership, which was amazing. We also had people come from some distances and met for 3 nights and 4 days, and everything about it, the meals, the activities, the lessons, the preparation was so key. Just sharing with new tens who maybe needed some help, that sharing of the document, that felt really good too. And just honestly, no complaints. Even the little sparks are like rubbing up against one another. We know it's all in a day's work, par for the course. All good. It's all good. And just thank you, thank you, thank you, and thank you for every one of you existing and doing this work together.
Incredible. Incredible. More.
May I say something?
More 10s.
Our 10, which was NA number 10, we did extensive preparations like all of you did. They too in themselves were amazing. But during the actual Congress, what was really impressive was how everybody truly opened up their heart and spoke from that point, and went not only that, but went very deep. So we drew so much closer to each other, and it felt truly like a physical Congress. Yeah, that in itself speaks volumes.
Thank you, Brenda. Who else wants to jump in?
Well, we had a completely virtual connection, and it was really good. We had to a man. We think it was a great Congress, and since it was about the tens, it really accomplished that that goal of uniting our 10 in a bigger, better way. And I would like, and if we had the opportunity to do it again, I think we should. However, I haven't, there was, to me anyway, a certain element of it that was, and probably on purpose and for a good reason, of isolationism in it, and which is good because we were trying to go in deep in our 10, which is, not your 10, our 10. This is what's going on here, and trying to make it a better, more connected 10. When very good idea. But then again, there was, like I say, sometimes I think of a Congress as a real worldwide thing where everybody's doing the same thing sort of all the time, and it's a slightly different feeling. And I like both, and I think we should do the 10 thing again, but I wouldn't want to do it the same way every time. Sometimes I'd like to. I think there's a lot of benefit also to the entire world CLE participating as much as possible in a central point all through the Congress.
Yeah, I'll follow Jim. We're both from BB Midwest. It was amazing. It was probably like the greatest, one of the most greatest Congresses we ever had, because it was very internal and there was a very deep connection in our 10, all the way from the beginning of the meal to the end of it. The prep for it just brought us closer together. You could truly feel our 10 becoming as one man with one heart. It was awesome. And the highlight of our Congress is that we had a special singer, special guest from Russia. His name was Grisha. I never knew Grisha could sing, but he sang us his beautiful Russian song, which I don't even know the words to it, but he did very, very well. It was just it was an exciting time that we had. You can't really describe it. And I think we thank the manager of BB for suggesting this. I think we should do it again. And I think the more that we do it, the greater and stronger our teams are going to get throughout the world. CLE. It was magnificent. I can't give any more words than that. L'chaim.
L'chaim, l'chaim. Do we have more time? Yeah, we have some more time. Yeah, who else wants to share?
Yeah, if I may add, the preparation and the Congress and the time after the Congress, it feels like we all arrived to some beginning point, and now it's kind of like how to take everything, all the closeness and warmth and good practices, and continue walking together. That's the feeling we have in our 10. Our situation is a little bit unique because we had 2 new people joining our 10 just like 6 weeks before the Congress. So we really had to go through a lot of reformatting everything just to be together. And it truly brought us very close. And but we leaned quite a bit on different exercises and templates provided by the organization, especially for things that we haven't done before together. Like it was very helpful to have this as examples.
That's an important point. Thank you. Ernest.
Thank you so much for the opportunity. Shalom, dears. Great to see you. Our impression from Toronto 1. Toronto 1, it was amazing. We had the Superior Congress here.
You have terrible audio. Ernest, something is wrong with your connection.
Now it's better?
I don't know. There's a lot of static or something. No, it's not good.
Okay.
Try to reconnect. Okay, someone else? Maybe someone from Toronto 1? Yeah, Jolene, go ahead.
W10 preparation really bonded us, like a reset for our 10. Really utilized the convention website, extremely helpful, and these meetings, like all the resources, the documents for the meals, all that helped us to focus, and the common word was a time of deep bonding. Thank you, friends.
Thank you. It's very important that you guys tell us what helped you, because I can relay it back to the content team so that we know what to put the emphasis on for next time.
If I may also share, I'm from COBU9. We are a 10 that spans across all of North America down to South America. So the east coast of Toronto to, east coast of Canada to the very west coast, the same on the US down to Colombia. So it's very difficult for us to meet in person, and we took the opportunity to actually gather in New Jersey. And all of us came with the exception of one brother who did not get a visa. He would be traveling in from Colombia, but otherwise we all gathered together. That's Daniel on screen. We, of course, did all the prep. We put a schedule together. But what we thought would actually work really well is to focus on what we wanted to achieve, which was connection and unity amongst us. So instead of, strictly focusing the schedule, we allowed the fluidity, the organic kind of flow that kind of came through the 10 and just focus on building that connection. And I'm happy to say that, there was a time we all sensed something rather unique. We felt it was truly a breakthrough. We get a good taste of what we think the Kabbalists talk about as connection, that spiritual connection, that we felt that unity in a way that we have never experienced that before. So I think we all walked away thinking that this was an absolutely incredible get together. What really helped was just a few things I like to highlight. One is to break away from our traditional homes. We are almost exclusively Zoom. So when you're at home, it's difficult when the wife or a husband and kids walking around and, all that same stuff. But when you go into a dedicated home, we rent it together. It's a new environment and we blocked out everything else except focusing on each other. I think that was very, very important. The second thing is that we kept the goal in mind, which was the connection. And that was the primary focus. And thirdly is that fluidity, just, let things naturally evolve and see what feels right for the members at that point that we can actually build what we came for. So those are the highlights I wanted to share. Thank you.
Thank you, Attila. Dre will be the last one. We have to move to the next item afterwards.
The only thing I wanted to mention was just the clips that were given were Hebrew, so you had to switch the language, and then the timing of the clip was off, and then also the transcript was in Hebrew as well, so we couldn't really use the clips very well.
Which
and
clips were those?
The ones in the convention website, where it shows like all the materials, the study materials. There was
Like
a section
Rav's
with clips. Yes. Yeah, so I had to go through and then like reclip it basically. And then I transcribed the English. And I only got to lesson 2, so I didn't get all of it done, but I think there was a lot of clips that were really good and could have been used, but we didn't really get to look at them or see them because it was such a chore to try to use them.
Okay, yeah, we got to work on creating translations more quickly. That's correct. Okay, guys. First of all, thank you for sharing. If you want to share some more, if you have something that is important, that you feel is important, and you guys want to share it so that I can pass it on, please let me know or write to the Arvut team and we will pass it on, okay? So that the next time will be better, more organized. Don't forget, this was the first time we ever did anything like that. And the huge success that we did get out of it is already mind-blowing. But just imagine what happens when we are experienced. So can't wait for the next time. So please send any ideas that you have, okay? Any suggestions, ideas that you have, all right? And that brings us to our next Congress, of course. Okay, we're not done congressing. This is our life. Now we will have to think how to bring that spirit of unity in the 10 into a Congress where all the 10s are together, basically, right? At the regional Congress. This is happening on the last weekend of October, 29th to the 31st. So write it down and You can already get tickets. I'm not exactly sure where it is. Arena, can you find it? Where is he? Grish, where are you? Help me out here.
Yeah, here.
Yeah, where exactly is it? Lake George something?
Oh, yes, yeah. I think there.
Okay, well, it's there. It's in New Jersey or in upstate New York? Upstate New York, I think.
It's near the Albany.
Albany. Okay.
I'm sorry, I'm driving, but it's 4 hours. It's Roberta. It's 4 hours from New York City. About it's Lake George YMCA. It's a huge place. So there's I think the nearest airport is about a half hour to 45 minutes away, which may be Albany. That's what I have the information on that.
All right.
Okay.
So you can get your tickets already. You cannot register to the Congress yet because we don't have the Congress site, but you know the dates. So save them, clear that weekend. Okay. And get your hearts ready for a lot of connection. Okay. All right. And from then, toward that Congress, we will need to do a lot of preparation work, just like we did this time, hopefully even more, because we see how helpful that is. And that brings us to our next topic, right, Richard? Which is Richard. Earth to Richard. Okay, well, that brings us to our next topic, which is HR, right? So that's Iva.
Thank you, Hein. Hello, friends. Thank you for sharing all of that about your congresses. Brenda shared from Iowa. She didn't mention that we hadn't been on camera doing the lessons in forever, over a year. And we were all there. We made plans. We all were there with our cameras over the whole while. So it was wonderful. We're virtual, by the way. All right. So today, the HR department will shine the spotlight on a recently almost completed dissemination project. The people will shine a spotlight on the people that worked on the project manager, as well as the people. And this project is of great importance to the CLE, to BB, because it spreads the light within the CLE as well as to the whole world. So the project is the brand new Kabbalah.info website. Marcos is here to award the people that worked with him on this project. And he'll explain it. I think he's done it before, but he will explain it as it relates to the people that worked on it. And he will also provide them with appreciations award for all the hard work they've done. Please celebrate with Marcos and the team. And so, you know, friends, I will be on the team. I will be emailing you your certificate as you are awarded it. Marcos.
Hey, everyone. First, it's great to see you all and to hear your impressions. And thanks, Iva. So a little bit about the project. So I think everyone already knows that Kabbalah.info underwent an upgrade recently. If you want, I can share it a bit so you can all see. Someone else is sharing. Oh, anyway, you'll see it there if you go to Kabbalah.info. Now, hang on a sec. There we go.
Yeah, you can share it, Marcos.
Yeah, so this is the result of a long process. To start with, it wasn't updated since 2007, if I'm not mistaken, before this, because updating the website, it's more than just updating a website, especially when you're working with complex internal organizational things happening, and then one thing leads into different departments and another thing goes here and there. And there's all kinds of other projects being done by a small amount of people all the time. So it took a long time for it to happen. So it's finally happened. And I've said it's almost complete. Actually, the stage that the friends worked on is complete. It's a milestone, and it continues being worked on. So it's going to keep getting work. This is the new website. Part of it has to do with some branding process we went through. Now it's called Kabbalah Wisdom. And there was a specific part, one of the things that was one of the last aspects of the site that needed to get put together before we could actually launch it, was the creation of the library, to put the library into this site. There was a lot of scrutiny back and forth about whether we actually need a library, because there's also KabbalahMedia.info. And after a lot of this scrutiny, we reached the decision that yes, we do need the library in the site. And this is the library here. If you go to Explore, and under Explore, there's Kabbalah Library. So you click this. So the Kabbalah Library, it's all the source texts, as well as many other texts of various authors, and as well as a selection of a few of Rav's books in here, similar to just like it was with the library in the previous Kabbalah.info site. And in total, there are, I lost count of the actual amount of pages, but there's over 3,000 pages in this library. And as we were talking to, let's stop the share here. As we were talking to these agencies that we're in touch with, a development agency and a marketing agency. So, today there's AI that does everything, and everyone's all excited about getting robots to do things that humans previously could do. So we're going, okay, so how do we just upgrade and move all these pages, 3,000 plus pages, using some kind of bot? Obviously, AI can do this. We can do it rather fast, etc. And everyone was telling us, sorry, but according to your situation, you have to get people to do it. And so we're going, okay, it seems pretty counterintuitive. It's a pretty simple task, seemingly, just taking content from here, putting it there, a bit of categorizing and things like that. But as much as we scrutinized it, they said, no, you got to get people to do it. And they said, maybe you can hire some freelancers, something like this to do it, and it'll take 2 or 3 months. And we said, okay, so this is a chance to get on the old bestowal shoes again and get friends involved in the project. So reached out to Iva. Iva found some friends who are dedicated to it, and the following friends that we're going to present, friends who really did just dedicate a lot of their time and efforts over. Can't even remember exactly how long it was. It was like a 2 to 3 month period, just uploading and uploading and uploading and uploading, and running into problems and troubleshooting and communicating the problems and getting feedback and fixing things. And some friends had problems, so other friends would step in to help them. And it was a great team atmosphere the whole time. And it's very hard when Iva told me, you need to select individual awards for each person. It's very hard because you really see how each person, each friend who participated in the project really put in everything they could. And you see that everyone's got different life situations. Some could only dedicate, 30 minutes to an hour a week. Others, could dedicate more than this. So it's very hard to give awards in these situations when you see that everyone's really giving all they can. There's even friends who said they would want to help, and you could really feel their desire to want to help, but ran into some complications. So, they're not even here, for instance, but even their desire and wishing to help is definitely felt too. So it's probably like one of the hardest things to individually isolate people and try to give different kinds of awards, but we did our best to accommodate for it. And I just want to say that just the general atmosphere and the general team atmosphere and the work that everyone put in really gave a lot of fuel, a lot of efforts. And you also discovered new friends through this work. Everyone who I'm mentioning now, probably only half of these friends I actually knew properly before that. And I actually got to know a few of you through the work itself, which is also another great thing about participating in things to do with dissemination. So yeah, I just want to say it was a great experience for me, and everyone we're going to present now with these awards is really a great example of just taking on a dissemination project to bestow and giving it everything they could, just in order for and it was really felt that everyone was doing it because it's got this great importance to put these source texts of greater and more availability to the world. And that, for example, Hans is here, for instance, and everyone really, but they would say things to me like, oh, it's just such a privilege to be able to, upload pages of the Zohar to the internet so that people can access this. It's like really just putting the availability to access the upper light there in front of people. And it really was a feeling like this. So now I wish to say thank you to everyone. But I never like this word volunteer for our efforts, because just like we learned in the morning lesson today, all the efforts we do, it's all in order to acquire this screen and reflected light. So everything is really getting this much greater payment than every other payment we could get here. So it's definitely not volunteer work. I think everyone here is getting a great payment beyond even any kind of awards or anything like that. So I wish to say l'chaim to everyone. And yeah, if we could go ahead with it. Did you want to mention anything, Iva, or should I just start it off?
Just start. I would just ask the host to put everyone with the double zeros before the name in a, spotlight box. Spotlight them, not individually, but together.
Okay, so I'll start with Attila Varga. Attila is getting what's called an All-Star Award. I'm giving this one first to Attila because Attila also went above and beyond in terms of also not just doing the work himself and being readily available and doing everything he possibly could to upload pages, but he also helped other friends. He trained other friends into the project after he himself learnt the ropes and doing the work. He was there to help troubleshoot. And when I'm saying above and beyond as well, he also is a CTO, right, in his job, like a central technology officer. So yeah, all these skills that he had, he actually felt a responsibility. It was felt that he wanted to give these skills and these tools and everything that he has back to the society, and that was very much felt. And probably the highlight for me was when just he could say with Attila that he's just excited to come to the Congress in Israel and to meet there, and based on the work we got to know each other and could meet there. So l'chaim to Attila. You get one of the awards here, the All-Star Award. L'chaim. I'll continue just with who I'm seeing here in front of me. So Francis. Similar thing too. Francis also came to the Congress in Israel, and it was based on our work together here that we got to know each other and got to speak to each other and meet each other. Francis was actually helped by Attila, and what? Yeah, and yeah, just once again, like Francis, yeah, Francis is an example as well of someone who had less time in life. So you could see that it was harder to find like that time, but you could see that just every little bit that he could extract from it, he was putting into it. And it was just, it was amazing seeing Francis's example in action. So Francis got the Service Above Self Award. And next in the list here is Hans. I mentioned before, Hans felt something very warm, very genuine from Hans throughout the entire project. Just I really felt his heart throughout the project. The way Hans was just always, it just felt like it was just a privilege for him to be doing this work, to be having any contact with source text. I actually felt that from everyone working on that project. I think just Hans expressed it in words very, very often. That's all. Just what a privilege it is to be able to just take source texts and make them available to the world in such a way. So, and once again, he just got rid of he would finish his sections, then he'd say, I'm open for other sections, and he'd take other sections and finish those. And then anything that needed some touch-ups, he would go back there and do it, fix problems. So he was also all over the project and doing things all over the place. So Hans also gets an award. It's called the Beyond the Call of Duty Award. Chaim Hans. Jeanette too. Pretty much everything like I'm saying for everyone goes to everyone too. So I think it was a very similar thing with Jeanette. Probably less vocal, but more just inside the project. Like Jeanette was all over the place in terms of the work itself. Just saw her name on the spreadsheet everywhere. Here's another section. She's taking another section and another section and another section. Actually, right now is the first time I'm actually seeing you, Jeanette. So it's good to actually see you in person for the first time too. And just it was amazing just seeing how she came seemingly out of nowhere. Just Ivor, reached out to Ivor after being asked, and then just got her hands all over it, and just you could just really feel from the work itself that she was doing, and just the sheer quantity that she did, how much heart really went into it. So L'chaim Jeanette, and for this, Jeanette also got the Guiding Light Award. Jolene, really same kind of thing I could say for Jolene as well as everyone else. Also, just getting involved in sections. Everyone here, by the way, each took a specific section. There was like the Rav section, the Bala Sulam section, the Rabash section. People and friends were just uploading and uploading and uploading all the time. Jolene was one of the ones working on, if I'm not mistaken, the Rav section, as well as taking on other ones wherever possible. And Jolene was just constantly slogging away there, putting up the texts, and also you're reporting every problem that came up and helping to fix them, etc., etc. So it was amazing as well, just feeling a lot of heart from Jolene. Linda, the same. Linda was responsible for oh, by the way, Jolene got the, what is it here? The Heart and Soul Award. Linda as well. Also just felt Linda's heart throughout the whole project. Just she took on Rabash, all these writings of Rabash, just one after another, from the steps of the ladder, the volumes 1, 2, and 3, uploading all the articles to the Rabash section. 1 month went by, 2 months went by, still uploading and uploading, and just constantly working there. And it was just amazing being in constant contact with Linda, and reporting anything when it had to be reported, etc. When there was ever a problem, working through all kinds of problems and troubleshooting. And yeah, it was just amazing. And also not the first time working with Linda, seeing her very active wherever it's possible. So L'chaim, Linda, it was amazing experience working with you too. She get the Passion for Excellence Award. Pam, everything I've said for everyone also goes for Pam. And yeah, what can I say? Pam also had this had this approach of also really scrutinizing in detail. In addition to all this, lots of troubleshooting and problems, sending videos of the screen of what was happening, and showing very clearly that this happened here, that happened there, that needed to be fixed, as well as all the hundreds and hundreds of pages of uploading, and constantly being there till the very end, until the very last pages. So l'chaim to Pam. And Pam also got the Leadership in Action Award, also because Pam was also helpful in helping and training others as well. John is a great example as well of a friend who also didn't have much time, and we would really want to get on board, and his desire is very strongly felt. And then just even with a little bit of time that he would get here and there, so you could see he was adding it. He also needed to get some training and help to get involved. But once he got in, so it was it's like just adding those pieces of the puzzle. And it's amazing seeing the full spectrum of how, on one hand, some people given much skills and talents in these things and really add there, like Attila, and then John as well comes in and gives everything he possibly could with the time and everything that he had, and even willingness to receive help to get in there. That was amazing. So wish to thank John for his heart in that. John got the Rockstar Award. So l'chaim to the Rockstar. That's about it. As I said, many other friends participated in this. There was also Dan Forsyth, who's not here right now. He also got the Team Spirit Award. He came in later in the project when there was a special request for some more help, and he also came in and started adding, completing sections. And he was also doing that despite having some eye problems and some physical problems that also he had to overcome those things as well in order to help out, which also just became clarified a bit later. So that was also amazing on Dan's behalf too, and just seeing how he was willing to do it. And turned out as well that he was also very close physically to Attila, and Attila could also meet up with him and help him with it. So that was also another great chance for some extra connection there. So l'chaim, I just want to thank everyone once again. It's been a great working on a project like this, and I hope we can soon there will be more work to everyone I mentioned now. The other great thing I want to leave with is that when it was finishing, everyone was reaching out to me saying, is there more? Can we do some more as well? So that is happening soon. We just got an SEO audit of the site, and we have all kinds of tasks to optimize all these pages. So there's going to be a second wave, and anyone who is interested in getting involved in that, in addition to everyone who I just mentioned, you can always feel free to reach out to Iva. There's never a shortage of places to bestow. So thank you, everyone. It's been great being with you all once again.
Don't leave yet, Marcos. Attila, can you do us the honor of your team chose an award for you too. So Attila will present that to you, please.
Yes, thank you, Ivo. Marcos, thank you so much for your kind words and the recognition. And thank you, Ivo, as well, to make it possible through the HR department. Everything you shared is 100% true. It was a terrific effort together, but I'm afraid what you said is not the complete story. The other piece of it is you. And we as a team working on this project really wanted to recognize that incredible contribution that you have made. You are already giving so much to the society, the lessons, the videos, the Q&As, the translation, yet you dedicated yourself to something like this that is technically very intense. It's very much behind the scenes for quite a long time until we can demonstrate something. So it was totally outside the way we normally know you, but you were so dedicated, so focused, and so incredible to work with. It was very much inspiring. And I think we all felt that sincerity from you, that warmth, that love, and your humble servant leadership style, which is a very much of a Kabbalistic style where you allowed people to flourish. You excited them, you showed them how you supported them along the way, was just nothing short of exceptional. It was really, truly incredible. I know you are also a musician. I know you compose. You recently, showed us a CD that you just released, and it made me think that you were like a conductor. You had all these musicians around and you kept us all together. When one team had to drop off for some people because life circumstances came up, you made the adjustments and you were able to keep it all together in an absolutely beautiful way. So thank you so much for all that. And I think kudos to you. You have done an incredible job. As we were talking about what award to give you, we were a bit challenged because there were a number of different categories and your skills have really transcended through many of them. And we were just debating like what would be the most appropriate thing to give you. And we ended up with the Exceptional Leader Award. And it is truly absolutely right for you to do that. Frankly, we should have given you more different leadership awards, but this kind of captures everything. So Marcos, God bless your soul. You did an incredible job. You are an inspiring leader. You've done fantastic work for the society, and you see how much excitement you built into people who worked with you. So thank you so much. Thank you very much. And looking forward to working with you. And I'm sure a lot of good things coming our way in the future. So thank you.
Can you read the description for the award, please, Taylor?
Yes, absolutely. So I have it right in front of me. Just give me 1 second. So the Exceptional Leader Award is with wisdom, warmth, and unwavering integrity. This manager inspires growth, courage, and connection in all they lead. You have them all, Marcos. May you be blessed for that. Thank you.
Thank you. I want to thank this great team. This team is an example of how to disseminate. This is the most exciting team I've been around since I've been in HR, which hasn't been a real long time, but still, I'm excited by the work that they did, the work that they will do, the humble, beautiful attitude. It's just, I congratulate you so much. I think you have a few minutes, Marcos. Did you want anyone to share from your team, what their takeaway is, how they felt?
Yeah, firstly, if there's anyone who has a special desire to speak, you're welcome to. Otherwise, I'll call on one of you if you can. It's actually hard to call on to one of you because you're all I'm sure you could all equally say something. I'm just seeing Francis here in the middle. So Francis, you've been chosen. Say a few words about your impression.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, thanks. I'm the type of guy who feels like I always, and not just feels, it's real that I need a lot of help, you know. And I mean, I so many times, had to, send messages to Marcos. And I mean, the big heart that he's got is what I really felt, what really impressed me. Sometimes I'm sending this and I think, oh, how would he even feel about this? That you still need help with this or you still are stuck. And yet there was nothing like a snap or anything. He would come back and also sort of sort things out with me. And Attila in particular, I have to say. I had to rely on him. I had to take tutorials from him, to do what I had to do. And most often than not, eventually, even the last bit that I did, I had to call on Attila again for help. So kudos to all of you.
Thanks, Francis. Maybe from the women, now I got Pam in the middle on the second screen. Pam, you want to say a few words?
Yeah, what an amazing team. This is working together with these great people, and you, Marcus, you're an amazing leader. Working with the sources like we were, whew, it just felt like you were handling something that's very precious. And these words are something that can change people's lives everywhere. And it's kind of that opportunity to be that conduit. It's an opportunity to bring your 10 into this project with you. And so, with those hundreds of pages, it was just an experience that really brings you outside of yourself because you know the importance of this type of work. And it's hard to put into words. So, but thank you, team. Thank you, Marcos, and looking forward to the next section of this work.
Thanks, Pam. And also seeing Linda full of brightness. Maybe Linda, you can say a few words as well.
You said Linda. Yeah. Oh, hello, everybody. I'm just so grateful to be in your presence. Thank you, Iva, for making the recommendation. Thank you, Marcos, for accepting it. Thank you, your team, for working together as well as you did. As you said, Pam, this is it's so special. And we were all in it together. And looking forward to the next opportunity. Thanks so much.
Thanks, L'chaim.
Chaim. Thanks, Iva, Marcos, and especially our award winners. And a special thanks to all of you for joining us this week. See you next time. Now our closing intention. John?
Taken from Rabash, article number 21. What is a drunken man must not pray in the work? Oops, sorry about that. In order to have fuel to work, in order to bestow and not receive any reward, but the work itself will be the reward, we must believe in him, meaning believe in his greatness. We must make great effort to obtain faith in the greatness of the Creator. Without faith in the greatness of the Creator, there is no power to work in order to bestow. That is precisely when we feel the greatness of the Creator, a person is ready to work without any reward. Instead, the work itself is the reward. Since serving a great king is more valuable to him than any fortune in the world compared to this service, that the Creator permits him to come and service him. Hence, we must focus all our thoughts on how to come and to feel the greatness of the Creator. And then everything follows that point. L'chaim, friends, have a great week of connection.
L'chaim. Thank you, friends.
Hi, friends.